In the last class, we are discussing about the concept of the agency, and we have discussed about that how the agent is responsible for the acts of the subagent, and we have till discussed that how the agency can be terminated, and the concept of the termination of the agency that is being explained under section 201 of the Indian Contract Act. Okay. So when we're talking about the Indian Contract Act, under that we have discussed that how Indian Contract Act 1872. We have discussed how the concept of the agency works with the principal and how the principal is responsible for the activities of the agent. Okay, this is what we have already discussed. So section 201 it specifies the concept of the termination of the agency. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the termination of the agency, what does it mean? It means when an agency is being ended, is being terminated. That means the agency is not continued anymore. Okay. So what are the basic criteria? What are the basic requirements which terminates the agency? Okay. The first point is the revocation by the principal. When the principal revokes the agency from his side, for example, I have appointed you as my agent, okay, and you are working for me from last 2 to 3 years, okay, and after a specific duration of the time I realize that I do not need any agent anymore, okay, and that is why I decided to terminate your agency. In that case, when there is the revocation of the principal to terminate the agency, or when the principal wants that, yes, I do not want to continue the agency anymore, as the principal, I am terminating the agency. In that circumstances, the agency can be terminated. This is the first point. The second point, the renunciation by the agent. When we are talking about the renunciation by the agent, then how it works, okay? Uh, when the agent denies from his side or her side that he or she does not want to continue the contract, does not want to continue the agency anymore. For example, I am working for you as an agent and I am denying from my side that I am not interested to work with you anymore. That is called the renunciation by the agent. Just remember, when there is the negotiation on behalf of the principal, the legal terminology we are using for that is called revocation. And when there is the denial or negotiation or uh, or negative response, or there is the no from the agent, it is called renunciation. Revocation by the principal and renunciation by the agent. The word revocation and renunciation, it is similar in nature, like what the meaning of the both the words is exactly same. The meaning of the revocation and meaning of the renunciation is same. It is exactly mean denying something, or or telling that ki I am not interested to do something. Okay, so it is all about denying a specific kind of the activity, that is called the revocation or renunciation. But whenever it is the denial by the principal, it is called the revocation, and it is the denial by the agent, it is called the renunciation. Got it? Then comes completion of the business of agency. When the business or duration of the agency is being completed. For example, the agency was continued for 3 years of the time, okay, and there was a genuine agreement between the parties that the agreement is going to continue for for the duration of the 3 years or 4 years, okay, and the business is completed and the time period is completed. In that case, impliedly the agency will be terminated, okay. And the last point, death, insanity, or insolvency of the either party. If either of the party is dead, for example, the if there is the two parties, okay, first is the principal and second is the agent. Take an example that the principal is dead or the agent is dead, okay. So when there is the death by any of the party, in that case, the contract is being terminated. The second point, the insanity. When any of the party becomes insane in nature. Insane means the person having unstable mental capacity. The person who is considered as insane is unable to take care of himself, unable to take any kind of the decision. The person is considered as mentally unstable person or mad person as ever. Okay, so when there is the insanity of the principal or the agent, then any of the party, if is being attacked by the insanity, the contract or the agency can be terminated thereafter. Because it is clearly seen that there is the agreement between two parties. One is the principal and second is the agent. And when the one party, either the principal or the agent, becomes insane in nature, then the specific party becomes incapable to continue with the agency. And in that particular case, the insanity of the either party can terminate the agency. Got it? Then it comes to the last point only, the insolvency of the principal. When the principal is insolvent in nature, yes, we need to remember that the insolvency of the agent is not a big deal at all. Because if the agent is insolvent, it doesn't matters because he is working for the principal. All the money that has been utilized or all the source of the business, everything is been dealt by the principal only, right? So the agent is not expend is not doing any kind of the expense with the principal over the business or with the course of action. So if the agent becomes insolvent, will it terminate the agency? The answer is no. But yes, if the principal becomes insolvent, then the insolvency can be turned to an the insolvency can be come to the picture, and with the insolvency of the principal can lead to the termination of the contract. Okay, so these are the four criteria that we have discussed for the revocation by the principal. Second, the renunciation by the agent. Third, the completion of the business of agency. And the last one, death, insanity, and insolvency of either party. Okay. So this is the basic criteria under section 201 about the termination of the agency. Section 202, it speaks about the agency coupled with interest. When there is any kind of the interest is associated with any of the agency, therefore, then in that circumstances, what happens? When the agent has an interest in the subject matter, in that circumstances, the agency cannot be terminated without prejudice to that interest. In that circumstances, the agency cannot be terminated at all, because there is the interest of the agent is associated in the property or associated with the principal, and until and unless the interest is being completed, the agency cannot be terminated. For example, take an example of this, that you have how to say this, okay, for example, you have taken the amount of 5,000 rupees from me, okay, and as a return, you are promising me that you are appointing me as your agent to do certain kind of the activity. Okay, so when the times and according after that when the agency is coming to an end, okay, with the end of the agency, the contract also comes to an end. Yes or no? Okay, so as far as or as long as the interest of the agent is associated with the subject matter, the agency cannot be terminated. For example, I was telling you before, you have taken the amount of 5,000 rupees from me, and in return, you have promised that you are going to appoint me as your agent. And I said, yes, okay, fine. You can appoint me as your agent. Not a big deal, okay? Uh, so I started working for you, and there is the terms and conditions between you and me that I will take care of your land, which is at your village area. There is a land of yours where I'll stay and I will take care of your land and do all the household things, okay? And in return, you will pay me a specific kind of the amount. That is, for example, I'm having a lot of lands in my village, okay? So there is a specific part of the land I am like taking care of that, and in return there is a terms and condition that as far as I am taking care of the land, the grapes or any kind of the, for example, that is a land of the rice production, okay? The amount of the rice that is being produced in the land, okay, half of the grain will be taken by me and half of the grain will be taken by you. This is the agreement between you and me, and till the time period of 2 years I will take half of the share of your produced grain from that specific field, okay? So this is the mutual agreement between you and me. आप मुझसे 5,000 उधार लिए हो, उसके बदले आपने मुझे बोला कि आप मुझे अपना जो है, लाइक यू आर हैविंग ए लैंड एट योर विलेज, उस लैंड का देखरेख करने के लिए आप मुझे एज एन एजेंट अपॉइंट करेंगे। मैं उस लैंड का देखरेख करूंगी, एंड द पॉइंट इज आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ द लैंड टिल द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ 2 years। 2 साल तक मैं उसका देखरेख करूंगी, और 2 साल में उस जमीन में जितना भी फल आएगा, जितना भी ग्रेप आएगा, जो कुछ भी होगा, ओके, द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज I will take care of everything, and I will take the 50% share of all the grains over there. Okay? तो उधर जितना भी ग्रेन होगा उसका 50% मैं रखूंगी, 50% मैं आपको दे दूंगी। एंड इसी तरीके से whenever I will receive the 50% of your produced grain, मैंने जो 5,000 आपको दिया था, the 5,000 amount of the rupees which I have paid you, that will be recovered. Okay? So here there is the interest in the subject matter, okay? So when we're talking about the agency coupled with the interest, that means if the agent has an interest in the subject matter, the agency cannot be terminated without prejudice that interest, okay? Okay, so next comes section 202. Section 201, it speaks about the termination of the agency. And then comes section 202, which exactly speaks about agency coupled with interest. And then comes section 203, which speaks about the revocation before the exercise. Got it? Okay, so we are talking about the section 203. And under section 203, we have discussed the revocation before the exercise. And under that, we have discussed that. So under section 203, we have discussed about the revocation before the exercise. And under that, we have discussed that the principal can revoke the agent's authority before it is exercised. Okay. That means before the exercise of the authority or the agent's authority, the principal can revoke it. Okay, so you can ask me that how does it work? Okay, for example, I have appointed you as an agent to search a house for me. I want a house as the rent, and I have appointed you that kindly find a room for me. I need to stay. Okay, that is why I have appointed you, and you started searching for me. Okay, so when you started working for me as my agent, before you imply your authority, before you search a home for me, what I did, I found a home for myself. मैंने अपने लिए घर ढूंढ लिया आपका ढूंढने से पहले। So here this is the implied denial of the agency. That means यहाँ पे आप मुझे डायरेक्टली ये नहीं बोले कि पर यहाँ पे आई हैव नॉट टोल्ड यू डायरेक्टली, मैंने आपको डायरेक्टली ये नहीं बोला कि आई एम टर्मिनेटिंग योर एजेंसी और मैं आपको एज एन एजेंट एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रही हूँ या मैं आपको एजेंट से टर्मिनेट करना चाहती हूँ। बट मैंने क्या किया, मैंने आपको जो काम दिया वो काम आप करने से पहले मैंने खुद ही कर लिया। दैट मीन्स आई एम टर्मिनेटिंग योर एजेंसी। आपको बिना बताए मैंने आपका एजेंसी यहाँ पे इम्प्लाइडली टर्मिनेट कर दिया। तो अगर एजेंसी जो है ना, एक बार शुरू हो जाता है, एक बार एजेंट अपना काम करना शुरू कर देता है ना, तो आप उस एजेंसी को दोबारा टर्मिनेट नहीं कर सकते। अगर टर्मिनेट करना है तो एजेंसी का इम्प्लीमेंट होने से पहले, एजेंट एजेंसी के लिए काम करने से पहले ही आपको टर्मिनेट करना पड़ेगा। गॉट इट? ओके, सो next comes section 204. It speaks about the revocation after the partial exercise. Okay, what does it mean? Authority cannot be revoked regarding acts already executed under the agency. So, what does it mean? It means the authority cannot be revoked, cannot be denied regarding acts already executed under the authority. If there is any kind of the act which has already been executed, which has already been implied, once the act of the agency is implemented or started or implied, after that the agency cannot be terminated. Okay, got it? For example, you have appointed me as your agent to find a house for me, find a home for me, and I started searching a home for you. मैंने आपके लिए घर देखना शुरू कर दिया as your agent. I started my work, and after starting my work, now you want to terminate my agency. Is it possible? The answer is no. Once the agent started his work, started his task, then the agency cannot be terminated after that. Okay. Then comes section 205. Okay. What does it mean? Compensation for early revocation. It exactly speaks, if a time period is agreed, premature revocation without cause requires compensation. That means when there is the specific time period is agreed in the proper agreement. For example, there is the agreement between you and me that you are going to act as my agent for the duration of 2 years or for the duration of 3 years. Okay, there is the mutual deal between you and me to do certain kind of that or to do that specific activity. But unfortunately, what happened that unfortunately before the completion of the time period, I am terminating your agency according to the terms and conditions of the contract that you were supposed to work for me for the duration of 3 years. Okay, but after the duration of 2 years, I terminated the agency and I told you are not going to work with me anymore. So tell me, is it acceptable? The answer is no. And if you are terminating my agency after the duration of 2 years, after the duration of 2 years, where the time period of the agency was longer than that, you have to compensate me for the rest amount which I was supposed to get in that 1 year of the time period. आपके और मेरे बीच में एक डील हुआ है कि आई एम गोइंग टू वर्क एज योर एजेंट 3 साल के लिए, 3 years यानी 3 साल के लिए मैं आपका एजेंट के हिसाब से काम करूंगी। ये आपका और मेरे बीच का डील हो रखा है। समझ में आ गया? सो यहाँ पे क्या होता है दैट after the deal is done, you started working for me. Okay, so when you started working for me, like the duration कितना था? 3 साल। you you worked for me for the duration of 2 years. 2 साल तक आपने मेरे पास काम किया। एंड यू आर वर्किंग प्रॉपरली विथ ऑल द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, सारे चीज को प्रॉपरली फॉलो करके आप मेरे लिए काम कर भी रहे हो, still I am not satisfied with your performance or I am not satisfied with your work or anything like that, and instead of warning you I am directly terminating your agency. मैं सीधा आपको आके ये बोलती हूँ कि मेरे को आपका ये जो एजेंसी है इसको टर्मिनेट करना है एंड आई डू नॉट वांट यू टू वर्क एज माई एजेंट एनीमोर. ओके, सो हियर यहाँ पे जो आपका और मेरे बीच में जो पहले का डील हुआ था वो कितने दिन का हुआ था? 3 साल का. अभी कितना गया? 2 साल गया है. बाकी कितना बचा है? 1 साल बचा है. क्या यहाँ पे टाइम पीरियड पूरा हुआ है, खत्म हुआ है? द आंसर इज नो. यहाँ पे टाइम पीरियड नहीं खत्म हुआ है. इवन इफ द टाइम पीरियड इज नॉट completed, still you are terminating the agency. So what is then? Is it acceptable? The answer is no. And here you have to compensate me if you are revoking the agency earlier. अगर आप अपना एजेंसी टाइम से पहले खत्म करते हो as the principal, then you have to compensate me. And this is not only applicable for the principal, this is applicable for the agent also. एज एन एजेंट आपने मुझे ये कमिटमेंट दिया कि मैम आई विल वर्क फॉर यू फॉर द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ 2 years, 2 साल के लिए मैं आपके पास काम करूंगी. बट ऐसा हुआ कि 1 साल काम करने के बाद यू डिड क्विट द जॉब. आप यहाँ पे बोल रहे हो कि मैं और ये एजेंसी कंप्लीट कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पाऊंगी. एज ए रिजल्ट आई एम सफरिंग ए ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ द लॉस, एंड इन दैट स्पेसिफिक केस यू हैव टू कंपेंसेट मी फॉर दैट. आपको यहाँ पे मुझे कंपेंसेट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो रिवोकेशन हुआ ना वो आपके साइड से हुआ, मेरी तरफ से नहीं. अगर प्रिंसिपल टाइम खत्म होने से पहले एजेंसी को टर्मिनेट करता है तो प्रिंसिपल को एजेंट को कंपेंसेट करना पड़ता है. अगर एजेंट अपना टाइम खत्म होने से पहले प्रिंसिपल को रिवोक करता है तो एजेंट को कंपेंसेट करना पड़ता है. किसको? प्रिंसिपल को. गॉट इट? So this is about the section 205. It speaks about the compensation for the early revocation. Section 206, it speaks about the notice of the revocation. So what does it mean? It specifies the reasonable notice of the revocation is necessary, otherwise damages may apply. That means, for example, there is the revocation, and before the revocation there must be the notice period of 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. That totally depends upon the mode of the work, like what kind of the work this is. For example, there is an agreement regarding the house agreement. Okay, I'm staying at someone's house. Okay, so before the लिविंग ऑफ द हाउस यू हैव टू गिव मी द नोटिस पीरियड ऑफ 15 days. 15 दिन का टाइम आप मुझे देंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम वर्किंग एट एनी काइंड ऑफ द MNC, multinational company. So when I am working as the engineer or any kind of the branch manager of the MNC, before terminating my agency thereof, the company has to inform me before the duration of the 3 month. Somewhere it is about the 6 month or 3 month or 2 month. Okay, so that I can find something better than this. The termination of the agency cannot be sudden. The proper duration of the notice period must be given to terminate the agency. कि ये वजह है, ये रीजन है जिसके वजह से हम एजेंसी टर्मिनेट करना चाहते हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई हियर इज द रीजनेबल नोटिस and you have to terminate the agency or else the damages will be applied. Okay, so next comes section 207. It speaks about the implied revocation or renunciation. What does it mean? It can occur explicitly or implicitly through actions, and it is about the implied revocation. Okay, implied revocation का क्या मतलब है? जैसे कि मैंने आपको समझाया था. For example, there is the deal between you and me that you are going to find a house for me, or you are going to do a specific task for me, okay? And I have appointed you as my agent for that specific work, and that work is supposed to getting started from Monday, and your जो भी there is the agency period that is being fixed, that the agency duration or the agency period is starting from the day of Monday. So what happens before the starting of the agency period, before the duration of the Monday, you are terminating your agency. और फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसको हिंदी में समझाती हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने आपको अपना एजेंट के हिसाब से अपॉइंट कर लिया, आप मेरे लिए एज एन एजेंट काम कर रहे हो, ओके? सो यू स्टार्टेड, बिफोर यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग फॉर माई एजेंट, आपके और मेरे बीच में एक डील हुआ है दैट मंडे से आप अपना काम शुरू करोगे एंड आप मेरे लिए ये स्पेसिफिक काम कर देना. बट मंडे से जो काम शुरू होने वाला था, वो काम शुरू होने से पहले ऑन द डेट ऑफ संडे मैंने वो काम खुद कर लिया. आई कंप्लीटेड द टास्क बाय माई सेल्फ. मैंने वो काम खुद अपने अपने से खत्म कर दिया. So when I did the task by myself, then what happened? Then वहां पे क्या आपका एजेंसी कंटिन्यू रहा? द आंसर इज नो, बिकॉज यहाँ पे जो कंडीशन था, क्या था? मंडे से आपको काम करना था, और जो स्पेसिफिक काम करना था जिसके लिए अपॉइंट हुए थे, वो काम आप करने से पहले मैंने कर लिया. So here the agency is impliedly terminated. If it is, we are talking about the giving the reasonable notice, express notice, that I am coming to you, I am providing a written notice to you, I am telling you face to face that the agency is being terminated. मैं आपको बोलती हूँ अपने मुंह से कि एजेंसी को टर्मिनेट किया जा रहा है. क्या आई एम सेंडिंग यू ए डॉक्यूमेंट विच इज इम्प्लाइंग द टर्मिनेशन ऑफ द एजेंसी. बट अगर मैं आपको किसी भी तरह का लीगल चीज का डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं दे रही हूँ, किसी भी रिटन प्रूफ नहीं दे रही हूँ, बट आई एम इम्प्लाइंग दिस थ्रू माई एक्शन. कैसे? जैसे कि मैं आपको सीधा कुछ ना बोल के आपका काम खुद कर दे रही हूँ, या बिफोर यू स्टार्ट योर वर्क आई एम कंप्लीटिंग द वर्क बाय माई सेल्फ. दैट मीन्स इम्प्लाइडली कुछ ना बोल के भी मैं अपना एजेंसी यहाँ पे टर्मिनेट कर रही हूँ. समझ गई? नेक्स्ट कम्स effect of the termination. So whenever we are talking about the effect of the termination, then how does it works? Termination is effective only once communicated to the agent and the third parties. So the termination is when it is comes to an effect. It is only when communicated to the agent and to the third parties. To the agent means the person whose agency is being terminated, it must be informed to him. If it is the expressed termination, then the expression of the termination of the agency must be given to the agent directly, and it must come to the knowledge of the agent. And if it is the implied termination, then the implied action must be communicated to the agent also. जैसे कि मैंने बताया, अगर एक्सप्रेसली मैं नोटिस भेज के या फेस टू फेस बोल के आपका एजेंट से टर्मिनेट कर रही हूँ, तो वो चीज मैं आपको सीधा जाके कम्युनिकेट करूंगी. नहीं तो अगर मैं इम्प्लाइडली टर्मिनेट कर रही हूँ तो मैं क्या करूंगी? मैं आपको कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी. बट व्हाट आई विल डू दैट द टास्क आई हैव गिवन यू बिफोर यू स्टार्ट योर वर्क, आई कंप्लीटेड दैट वर्क. मैंने खुद वो काम कर लिया, या फिर मैंने वो काम बिल्कुल कैंसल ही कर दिया, वो काम अभी करना ही नहीं है. दैट मस्ट बी इन्फॉर्म टू यू कि ये काम आइदर हो चुका है या नहीं होने वाला है. दिस इज द इम्प्लाइड टर्मिनेशन. ये जो खबर है ना, वो आपके पास पहुंचना बहुत जरूरी है. It must be communicated to the agent and to the third parties. That means the persons who are associated with the agent. For example, you are working with me as an agent. आप मेरा जो 10 कस्टमर है उनका ख्याल रख रहे हो, उनके साथ कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हो। तो ये जो आपका एजेंसी टर्मिनेट हुआ है ना, वो सिर्फ आपको नहीं पता होना चाहिए, थर्ड पार्टीज, जो तीसरे लोग हैं जिनके साथ आप काम कर रहे हो मेरे लिए, उनको भी ये खबर पता होना चाहिए कि यहाँ पे आपका एजेंसी टर्मिनेट हुआ है करके। That is why the termination is effective only when it is communicated to the agent and to the parties. That means यहाँ पे जो termination of the agency हो रहा है वो सिर्फ एजेंट को नहीं, थर्ड पार्टीज को भी इन्फॉर्म कर देना चाहिए। सेक्शन 209 स्पीक्स अबाउट द ड्यूटी ऑन डेथ और इंसैनिटी ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल। When there is the डेथ ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल और इंसैनिटी ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल, जो प्रिंसिपल का डेथ हो जाता है या वो इंसेन बन जाता है, मेंटली अनस्टेबल बन जाते हैं, अगर अगर वो बैंकरप्ट बन जाता है या फिर अनेबल टू पे द मनी, देन वहां पे एजेंसी खत्म ही हो जाता है। बिकॉज when the agent having no money, the agent becomes the bankrupt. That is the what exact term that was, just let me tell you. The term was exact insolvency. Okay, so अगर जो एजेंट है वो इंसॉल्वेंट बन जाता है, उसके पास पैसा नहीं होता है ना, देन इन दैट सर्कमस्टांसेस, इन द केस ऑफ द इंसॉल्वेंसी, द एजेंसी डायरेक्टली टर्मिनेट्स, एजेंसी वहां पे टर्मिनेट हो जाता है। बट अगर प्रिंसिपल जो है वो उसका मौत हो जाता है, उसका डेथ हो जाता है या इंसेन हो जाता है, देन इन दैट specific circumstances the agent has the capability to safeguard, to protect the principal's interest upon termination due to the death or insanity. यहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल का जो इंटरेस्ट है उसको कौन कैरी कर सकता है? एजेंट कर कैरी कर सकता है। Okay, so after the death of the principal, the course of the business that is suddenly been stopped. Okay, so it is the duty of the agent, if he is authorized to do it, अगर उसी के हाथ में ही capacity है, he can continue the agency, he can take care of the course of action of the principal, he can secure, he can safeguard the principal's interest upon the termination due to the death or insanity of the principal. डेथ मतलब उनका मौत हो चुका है, इंसैनिटी मतलब वो पागल बन चुके हैं, जहां पे ही इज अनेबल टू डिसाइड व्हाट इज राइट एंड रॉन्ग, एंड इन दिस सर्कमस्टांसेस दिस इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ द एजेंट टू टेक केयर ऑफ हिज थिंग्स। उनको सही राह दिखाना, क्या सही है क्या गलत है, क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, उनको मदद करना, उनका प्रॉपर्टी का, उनका बिजनेस का, उनका कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन का ख्याल रखना, whose duty it is the duty of the it is the duty of the agent to safeguard the property of the principal. Then comes the subagent of the subagent's authority. The termination of the main agent's authority ends that of subagent. That means when the agent's authority is being terminated, along with that the authority of the subagent is also being terminated. Why so? Because the subagent is the associate of the agent. सबएजेंट किसके लिए काम करता है? एजेंट के लिए काम करता है। अगर एजेंट का जो कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन है, एजेंट का जो एजेंसी है वो खत्म हो जाता है, तो सब एजेंट का एजेंसी कैसे कंटिन्यू करेगा? नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज सब एजेंट इज ए पर्सन हु इज वर्किंग अंडर द एजेंट। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई हैव अपॉइंटेड टू बिल्ड ए हाउस फॉर मी, you are my agent, and you have appointed other 3 persons to work for that specific construction of the house, and I have terminated your agency to build the house. आपका एजेंसी ही मैंने खत्म कर दिया, मैंने बोला कि यू आर नॉट माई एजेंट एनी मोर। सो द अदर 3 persons who are working for you, who were working for you, are they capable to continue their sub agency anymore? बिकॉज यहाँ पे मैं आपके लिए काम कर रहा था, वो लोग मैं आपके यहाँ पे जो है एजेंट जो है, यू आर द एजेंट, आप मेरे लिए काम कर रहे थे एंड वो लोग आपके लिए काम कर रहे थे। अगर आप ही मेरे लिए काम नहीं करोगे, क्या वो लोग आपके लिए काम कर पाएंगे? अगर मैं आपको अपना एजेंसी कंटिन्यू करने का पैसा नहीं दूंगी, तो आप उन लोगों को कहां से पैसा दोगे? नहीं हो पाएगा ना। So in these circumstances, the agency can be terminated. So next, under section 211 to 220, it is explained about the duty of the agent to the principal. What is the duty of the agent to the principal? एक एजेंट का अपने प्रिंसिपल के प्रति क्या कर्तव्य है, क्या ड्यूटी है, क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? दिस इज एक्सप्लेन्ड अंडर सेक्शन 211 to 220 of the Indian Contract Act. This is what we are going to discuss in the next class. This is all for today. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.